Chapter 17. The Projection and the Attack. To believe in the attack is to believe that diseases make sense. Moreover, the disease is an attempt to make the attack real. We have to realize the power of the projection. When you do not value yourself, you do not respect yourself. You project this on the world screen, the hologram, and you make an experience of pain and suffering in direct relation to this devaluation. We have to be aware of this if we want to heal the wounds. We have to look for the cause of our pain in our mind. Ask for the atonement of the situation and leave the healing in the hands of the Holy Spirit. A Course in Miracles teaches us to have an innocent mind, without awareness of evil. We see evil in the hologram because it is the world of duality, of opposition. Many times, we see the evil in those people who do not do what we would like them to do, and we come to describe them as bad. We project our scripts on others about how they should behave so that our world is stable and happy. We assign them roles. If they do not comply, we get sick so they feel guilty. This is one of the most subtle projections of the ego. We see that we always end up in the same place, in sickness, because this is the ultimate expression of idolatry. And it manifests itself with what we feel identified with our body. In Chapter 27, the Course teaches us that the body is the hero of the dream. The purpose is to prevent us from realizing that the cause of what happens to us is in the mind by attributing all the discomforts to the body. In this way, the ego ensures that we do not wake up from the dream. We believe that our diseases are found in the body and in its genetic program, ignoring that everything is made by the part of the mind that is considered separate, which the Course calls the wrong mind. Thus, the ego also prevents us from remembering that we did not always had a body. The Course of Miracles tells us that illness makes sense when two premises are met. That the purpose of the body is to attack, and that you are a body. Without these two premises, the disease is inconceivable. There are many ways to attack, and many of them are very subtle, like for example, waiting for the other to change. Thus, we present ourselves as a good person, waiting for the other to change. We do not realize that we use our symptoms as the irrefutable proof that we are right and that the other is bad because he does not do or say what we expect. One of the greatest violences is to want to change the other, to wait for him or her to say or do what you want. This can be expressed in various ways. For example, we can take care of that person and hope that one day he or she will express his love to us. Seeing the faults of others is to recognize their ego and, of course, your own. Trying to correct the mistakes of our fellow men is a form of attack that we justify by saying that it is for their good, without realizing that, in reality, it is for our good. You cannot correct yourself. How could you then correct another? Your role is not to change your brother, but simply to accept him as he is. To perceive mistakes in someone, and to react to them as if they were real, is to make them real for you. Making the other feel guilty is one of the maxims of attack. In fact, it is a terrorist attack. Because we put in his mind a time bomb, which is guilt. We would not do it if we were fully aware that outside of us there is nothing, and that, in reality, we are all one. Therefore, the attack that we believe throwing against our fellow men, in reality, we throw it at ourselves. The Course tells us, remember, that every time you look outside yourself and do not react favorably to what you see, you have judged yourself as unworthy. We must be vigilant to what our mind sustains, because it has created the ego, which does everything possible to forget that we are the ones who sustain the ego, and feed him with our divided mind. Further, the ego attacks us with its beliefs. The ego does not realize that by attacking our mind, it attacks itself, and this produces great anxiety. When you are willing to take full responsibility for the existence of the ego, you will have put aside the anger and the attack. For these arise as a result of your desire to project onto others the responsibility of your own mistakes. We should not attack our ego, because by doing so, we give it reality in our dream. What we have to do is stay alert to his dictations and not follow them. Thus, we take away his strength, and this weakens the ego to such an extent that it vanishes.